for the household demographics, I've got 3, 1 elderly, 1 disabled, 1 child under 2. And because of the way I put the fuel usage in, it's already determined that it's saying they're high burden right now. So the other thing is, though, you'll see it's still an incomplete app. If you look at the priority level at the top, it's saying it's an incomplete application. So this application is still not complete. So we still have to do a couple of things to complete this one. We have to declare their family income. Again, we'll pull up a screen. You pick on income, and it's going to pull up a form where you can put in the income for the different family members. So you can pick the family member. You can pick the income type, like Social Security payments. You put in amount here, say $500 or something. You declare the frequency, so they get $500 a month, and it will calculate their annual and monthly income from that. Yes? Oh. Yes?
When you go to can't go back, I wanted to, where it says veteran and all that, what is parent and what does that mean?
If you did, I'm sorry.
Can you, run that?
So let's do this. We have a question on the family screen, so I'm going to save this one income record for now. Save that off. Now I can go back to the family screen.
Where it says veteran, parent,
Parenting, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe means that you're acting as a parent or foster parenting. You have children that you're providing parental care for, even if they're older children, like older disabled children or something. So now I can go back to my income screen, because I saved. If I would have just navigated away from that screen, it wouldn't have saved that income, so I had to save it. Now I'm back to my generating my income for folks. By the way, please feel free to just ask a question if something's confusing you. It's a fairly large group, but we'd still like to maintain a certain amount of interactivity, so I don't go too fast or go off in corners that confuse everyone. So now John's wife Jane is we said she was underemployed, so but she works on and off as a waitress or something. So she works some hours, picks up hours here and there, and what happens is she comes in, or they come in, and what they've got is a couple of paychecks, check stubs. And if that's the case, what you can do is you click on the little ellipsis here, the little 3 dots next to the payroll amount, and it'll bring up a little screen that will allow you to put in some check stub information, and it will automatically calculate kind of an average monthly income. So for example, I can click in here, and let's say I've got the pay stubs for January. Now you'll notice, again, this is true of all the date fields in the system. When you click on the date field, you'll get this little pull-down menu. You can either just go ahead and type the date, which for birthdays and some things like that, it's easier just to type the date. But you can also, on this menu, pull down and pick the month you want to look at and the year you want to look at. Or you can go back a month or forward a month by clicking on the appropriate month name. So again, I said I had payroll for January, so I'll go back to January, and I'll say, I started on the 29th, and she made $120 on the 29th, and then on January the 22nd, we made $134, and January 15th, I had one for 105. Now, if I only have 3, what I've got to do is I've got to tell it how many checks I've got right here. So I say change that to 3, and say okay, and it'll calculate that and put that average number in for the weekly check. And then I have to tell it, though, that it's a weekly pay. And then it'll calculate based on that weekly pay what a monthly rate is and give them a total monthly income. So it's fairly easy, again, to put in the financial information. Is there any questions about that? And again, for the wage type, there's a fairly broad range. If people aren't paid at all, if someone makes no money and has no source of income at all, you generally put them under general assistance with a zero amount. So somebody who doesn't get paid anything, you have to have a income record in order for the application to be considered complete. So even if they have no income, you've got to give them a zero income record line. So you can use general assistance and just set it to zero if someone has no income at all. So again, I save that, and so now I've got them at given them. We've completed their basic client information. We've given them some fuel usage information. We've given the family information. We've now given them their income information. So the only other thing we have to gather here is documentation. So now you click on the document screen. You're going to get a list of the documents, and these are the documents that are determined by the state that are required for a WAP application. So the documentations that are required are the application itself, verification of ownership, income verification, owner permission, fuel release waiver. When this attach file under here actually allows you to attach a piece of documentation, actually allows you to upload it into the system if you've got a scanned image of something, a scanned image of the document or something like that that you need to attach, that you feel you want to attach, particularly if there's some extenuating circumstance that you're trying to explain away or something that you want as part of the document stream. You can actually attach a file at this point into the record. You don't have to attach electronically all the applications, though. All you have to do is acknowledge that the documentation is complete and you've received it. And you do that simply by coming over here and picking, either saying that it's complete or that the document is not required. So I'll pick complete here, and the system will automatically plug in today's date. Now, if for some reason you've received these, maybe historically back in time, and you want to backdate this, you want to pick complete first and then change the date. Okay. So what I'm saying is let's say I actually got this at the beginning of the week here. I could actually say I received the document on the 1st, but I need to say complete first because if I do it the other way, so let's look at this one. If I pick the date here and then say complete, it resets the date to today's date. So when you pick complete or not required, when you pick the status, it's going to plug in today's date every time. So you just need to pick the status first and then change the date if you want to change the date. So we can say that the application is complete, the verification of owner is complete, income documentation, we're a little bit out of order, but I'm going to say it's complete. The owner position form is completed. Fuel release waiver is, let's say, not required in this case. And again, there's no landlord-tenant agreement, so we can say it's not required. So what I've done here is these two documents I've declared not required. The other ones I've declared complete and given them a completion date. So when I save this record, if we watch up here, right now the application is still incomplete because I haven't